Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Sheila D. I have a wonderful recipe for you today, guys. So we're going to get right into this video. You are going to need a good quality of beef for this recipe. You are going to need all your seasons for this recipe. You are going to need some green onions and onions for the recipe. And I have 2 teaspoons of mixed garlic here. And I have a half a can of mushroom soup for this recipe. We are going to take this beef and make some hamburger patties. And I am going to get right into the video, show you the recipe, guys. Okay, guys, we are ready to cook our hamburger, guys. So what I have done is I made 4 patties, kind of medium size. I didn't want them too big, I didn't want them too small, so we're just going to drop them in the skillet. So we are going to make us some smothered hamburger, guys. And you also are going to need some rice for this recipe, guys. So I am going to show you how I put my recipe together. Okay, guys, we are going to turn over our burgers. And we are going to let our burgers cook for about 10 minutes, guys. We're going to brown them on both sides. And then we are going to add our onions and our garlic. And we are going to make a little gravy to this recipe. And we are going to put these burgers over rice, guys. Smothered hamburgers. Also, guys, I like to take and try to smash my burgers down with something like this or whatever you have. You don't have to go out and buy nothing fancy, guys. Just smash your burgers down. Okay, guys, we have smashed our burgers. And we're going to turn them over one more time. Okay, guys, we're going to go over the recipe. Guys, I have 4 burgers in here. And what I did is I put all my seasoning in my hamburger. And I made some medium-sized patties. And we also smashed the patties. And we want them to brown on both sides. Just like that. Okay, guys, now that our burger is browning, we're gonna add our garlic to the recipe, guys. Then we are going to add our green onions and onions to the recipe, guys. And we're gonna let that just cook for a few minutes. We're going to turn our burgers. So now that we have our onions, our garlic, and our green onions in the recipe, we're going to add just a little water. About a cup full of water, guys. And as you can see, our burgers is already trying to make its own gravy. So we are going to add some mushroom soup for flavor. And I got a half a cup of mushroom soup. Okay, now that we added our onion and our garlic and our green onions into the recipe, we got that half a can of mushroom soup. We have our burgers here, and we're just gonna let this simmer on low for about 20 minutes, and we are gonna put this recipe over rice, guys. And also, guys, you can add an egg on top of this recipe. So as you can see, we have our mushroom soup. We have our green onions, white onions, and garlic. And we use all of our goodie at the bottom of the pan to kind of make our gravy, guys. Excuse me. So guys, we're just going to let this cook for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then we're going to add this recipe over rice, guys, with our gravy. We're going to let that gravy thicken up. We're going to let all the flavors just cook in, guys. So now we are going to cook our rice. And I am going to come back and show you how our recipe came out. Okay, guys, now we have completed the step of cooking our burgers. And as you can see, we got all that garlic and onions and green onions, and we have mushrooms. Now guys, if you don't want to use the mushroom soup, you can use mushroom gravy, whatever you like, guys. But this recipe is awesome, guys. And I got my rice over here going. I have my rice cooking up over here, guys. But as you can see, okay, guys, as you can see, our burgers are cooking up really good. Smells so good in here, guys. So I have my onions and my garlic and my mushrooms on top of my burger, and we got the rice cooking in the back, and we are going to cook us an egg, guys, and then I'm going to show you how I put this recipe together. This is a famous recipe in Hawaii, and for you guys that watch my video, I'm sure you saw my recipe for the locomoco. I guess I'm pronouncing it right. Anyway, it's a recipe from Hawaii. It's one of their famous recipes. But what I did different than them is I just added some mushroom soup into my recipe, and I made my gravy with mushroom soup, onions, garlic, green onions, and that's what I did different with this recipe. But I am going to add an egg on top of my recipe, guys. And I am going to come back and show you how this recipe came out. Oh, you're talking about a lot of flavor, guys. This is so delicious. You could get you some toast. You could get you some kind of bread with this recipe. You also can eat a vegetable if you would like. But anyway, the flavor is awesome. Guys, don't forget to share, subscribe, and give me thumbs up, guys. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Okay, guys, we have some smothered hamburgers here. And I am going to eat this recipe over rice, guys. I have some onions in my recipe, some garlic. I have some mushrooms. I made the gravy with mushroom soup. And all the drippings at the bottom of the pan for the hamburger, guys. And we're going to put this recipe over rice.